What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today, your favorite hard fork of the Bitcoin protocol, Bitcoin ecosystem, whatever the proper terminology would be. There may be both. It is the 11th day of March, and with that, I'd like to say a special shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Here we are at about $455, roughly 9.5 hours left in this day. Before we get started, I want to give another shout out to the Bitcoin Cash podcast. It doesn't show that I watched this video, but I watched the whole thing. I thought it was a really, really good video. I watched this whole one too. Clearly, I watched that one. It's got the bar there, but maybe I watched it on my other YouTube profile. I thought this was a great episode. Anybody and everybody, if you don't know who Tone Vays is, he's not necessarily known for being a pro Bitcoin Cash person. In fact, it's quite the opposite. He's taken any public moment that he's had to ridicule and talk smack about Bitcoin Cash. And I thought this was an interesting podcast because of that, right? Like it's the what am I stuttering for? The discussions where people are 100% agreeing with each other and they're all on the same page. Those can be good, those can be feel good, and you can still get something from there. But I personally in my life have always gotten most out of discussions where we completely disagree, where we can remain cordial and have respect for each other but still share our opposing views. Those are the discussions that you get the most from as an individual in life. And that's what you're seeing a little bit here, right? They definitely disagree with things. I know Tone's views on Bitcoin Cash, and I know that he has a different perspective overall, and he sheds a light on his perspective. Not everything that Tone says here is 100% fact, but it's not just 100% malarkey either. It's his opinions, and he shares that. And same thing with Jeremy, right? Not everything that he says is 100% fact, though he does back some of his stuff up with facts. So does Tone. You know, it's a good discussion, and I thought it was really cool. Kudos to the Bitcoin Cash podcast for what I thought was a really interesting video. Tone was very candid in this, and Jeremy's very candid as well. I thought it was a good dynamic. She should definitely have him back on again. For anybody that doesn't know who Tone Vays is, he's an intelligent individual. He has a background in finance, amidst other things. He's also got a pretty good, I think, grip on like geopolitical stuff. Not always, right? But I guess that's subject to the opinion of everybody, right? But I feel like he's got a good grip on like worldly kind of views. And again, they're both very intelligent people. It's a really, really good episode. And if you're newer to the ecosystem, if you're newer to crypto, maybe you came in 2020 or later, this is a good history lesson for you. I think, right? And it's not just a good history lesson, it's a good kind of glimpse into both perspectives of what was going on back during the hard fork times. And they discuss some things here that they disagree with, that they share their opinions on what it means, and it's not completely factual either way. But I definitely lean toward the pro Bitcoin Cash side. Tone definitely does not lean to that, and clearly the Bitcoin Cash podcast leans pro as well. I think that it's a good video. I didn't mean to linger on this that long. I love these guys. Love Tone Vays. I think it's a good video. If you guys want to watch it, you should watch it, honestly. I'll leave a link in a pinned comment below. But let's move on. We're not here to butter the bread, baby. We're here to get to work. Let's go. $456. It's not pretty, and at the same time, it's so beautiful. I love what I'm seeing here. We're gonna move right on up, you guys. Right on up. We should be well above $500 pretty soon. I mean, $520, maybe even higher. I would love it if this next move got us above this wicking point here, especially above these low points here. You know, we want to get above $500. First things first, we got to get above $476. Once we do that, things are going to start to turn up. And what I'm curious to see is, do we move up just as fast or faster as we move down? Do we move up fast, but then we stop at a lower high? Come on now. At a lower high point here, if I could draw a straight line. Whatever, you see what I'm trying to go for. A lower high point. Do we stop there? Do we break through this? What are we going to see? I do assume that we're going to go somewhere well above $500 here pretty soon, and we're going to take off, and it's going to be in like a 1 day kind of thing. I mean, we were here before. 3 days later, we're all the way up above. We're at like 524. We were here before. 2 days later, we're all the way up here at 566. Over here, we literally have seen the same reaction. So, you know, I would expect that we do see something similar, maybe a weaker reaction, maybe a stronger reaction, whatever, but something from here pretty soon, I do expect to the upside is going to happen. I want to look at the 1 hour time frame and then zoom out from there. Okay. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here. Oh, and the stock market just opened up too. Let's just see What's going on? Yep, we're moving. We're shifting higher. We probably do continue to move higher. I wouldn't be surprised at all. $456, 20 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. A lot of volume just came in on that last hour. We were prodding, we were trying to break out, and we came back down. I think that we are going to continue to move up. The 1 hour RSI is neutral but has a bullish posturing overall. Stochastics, same thing. And the MACD is looking bullish as well on the 1 hour. One moment, you guys. Okay. 4 hour RSI. Very neutral as well. Of course it is. I mean, look at the price action. But with a hint of bullishness for sure. Higher lows, higher highs, getting overbought, not getting oversold. We could find resistance here. This is good though. I mean, if you look at it, obviously it's good. You know, we got 1 hour and 20 minutes left here. If we close above these levels here, that hints at some production going on here that we might be moving up pretty soon. And well, I'm a big fan of that. I think we all would be. Stochastics look good. The MACD is probably not going to be as useful because we are so sideways, but it looks good too for what it's worth. The daily time frame. Looking at this, we do have a productive looking RSI overall, guys. I mean, double bottoms, mark my words, double bottoms are not something to be messed with. Triple bottoms, even more so, man. It's not something you want to mess with in an RSI. When I say don't mess with it, I mean in a good way. Don't fade this, right? If you faded this back here, you got screwed. If you fade it here, you're gonna get boned. If you faded it, let's see, any other time, let's see, kind of like a double bottom there, it probably didn't do too well for you, right? Don't fade these lows. And in fact, let's just look at this real quick, right? Oversold area here, oversold area here. We're not going to get these like little attempts. Oversold area here, oversold area here. We'll just take those last like few iterations. Right? Here, was this a good time to buy? Yes, it was a really good time to buy. Was it the best time to buy, most optimal? Did we move up immediately thereafter? No, but was it at the low point? Absolutely it was. Was it here the best time to buy? No. We saw a lower low here, but it was still a really good time. Was it the absolute best time to buy? No, but I still think it was a really good place to buy down here, right? In the grand context of things, as long as you weren't buying the absolute peak here, if you buy anywhere in this range, you're doing pretty well for yourself, right? You did pretty well. That came in line with these low areas here in the RSI. Same thing over here. Third time's the charm, and it worked again, even I would say better than the first two attempts. Here, we're doing the same thing. Does this mean that we can't go lower? No, we could, but even if we do, we're probably around the low points anyways. It's a good time to buy, guys. It's a really good time to buy. And I think that we are going to be moving up here pretty soon. The stochastics on the daily time frame are coming out of the oversold zone. That is a positive signal right there, you guys. It's a very positive signal right there. We love to see it, both of them coming out there. The MACD is crossing back above the green. We've got a lot of work to do, but this is a positive signal as well, as long as today closes here or higher. The RSI, of course, I've already weighed in on that. I think that we're just at a starting point here, and we're going to probably work our way up to this overbought zone, given how Bitcoin Cash likes to move up, you know, historically. I don't expect that we're going to see a rapid recovery to this overbought zone. It might take months, and therefore, you know, it might be the end of May, maybe sometime in late April, maybe even early June, that we're up in this overbought area, or at least in these upper echelons of this this RSI range, this dynamic here. We can move up fast. We can absolutely move up fast. It does happen at times, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was late April and May that we really start to see the crescendo of this movement upwards. And I'm really curious to see what goes on, guys, because there's two possibilities really that I'm working with, and maybe there's three, and let's address the least likely possibility in my mind. The least likely possibility is that we break down. Okay, if we do break down, we're in this overall consolidation phase here. We will look to find support there, low 300s, low 200s, maybe like just around 250 at like the lowest, something like that. That would be the worst outcome, and to me the least likely outcome. The next outcome is, and again, I don't know if this one's more likely or less likely, but the next outcome is we're at a low point here, we're going to move up, and this is finally the moment at which we break out. So going into April, May, maybe even June, we see a phenomenal, voluptuous move that takes us up to a multi-$1,000 price. Because again, if we're breaking out of this, you guys, we're breaking out of a multi-year, lifelong trend here. We're getting the break from that. It's not going to be a small move. No, it will be, in all sense of the word, fantastic. It will be fantastic. And we would like to see prices above here. So we're either on the precipice of a fantastic move, we're on the precipice of further consolidation in this overall range, or like that, what we might see going into April, May, June is that we are slightly higher here. We're still in this range, still consolidating. And we continue to consolidate going into the rest of the year as well. And then maybe we break out at a later date. This fantastic breakout, which we have long anticipated to happen, it may not be as close as I had originally thought or as we had originally hoped for. And as far as what's more likely to happen, I don't know. The fact that Bitcoin is in a potential bear market here, and I think that it is, makes me think that we probably do have more consolidation to go. But that doesn't mean we can't get excited about a move from $456 to potentially $600 or more. We could move all the way up to $700 from here and still not see that breakout. You know what I mean? But I am curious to see what's going to happen. I think over the next couple of months, regardless if we're doing this or we're doing this, it's going to be nice. It's going to be exciting, and we will likely continue to show our mustard, our strength versus the rest of the market and versus Bitcoin especially, which will just build confidence and build that faith in the process overall. I don't really have much else to say. Weekly RSI, we're at these low points that every time we've been here since 2023 has been a great time to buy and accumulate Bitcoin Cash, and we start to move up afterwards. Overall, this weekly RSI, we actually do have a slightly higher high here, and we have higher lows still. So there's a complete possible chance that this next attempt, you guys, we get into this overbought, so this could be the breakout. We could get a higher reading, a stronger reading, and this really could promote a breakout overall. But time will tell. I don't think that it'll happen so fast like this. It could. I think we might still consolidate, and then maybe later this year, going into early 2027, that might be the point at which we break out. But we'll see. Anything can happen. And I want to finish with this thought too. If we do move down again from here, even if we see a lower low, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're coming all the way down here. Okay. We can see a slightly lower low here, and that'd probably be the best time to buy. I don't think that right now we're going to see any kind of dramatic downside. If that is something that is going to happen, and I don't think that it is, but if it is, I don't think that it happens now. So even if we're wrong right here momentarily and we come down a little bit, it will just be a little bit. It will just be momentary, and we likely do recover from there. I still expect that we will be in this range probably by the end of May, probably. But I'm expecting the top end of this range. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. One last shout out to the Bitcoin Cash podcast. I need to remember. We're gonna share this here. Copy. All right. Take care. Toodaloo. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.